Hi, thanks for sticking around for the first instructional video for the Dock Boggs instructional series. And I'm going to start off with a basic right hand technique that you'll be using for almost all of Dock Boggs songs. And it's adapted from an old time parlor guitar style, a 3-finger up-picking parlor guitar style, where they would play with their fingers, picking upwards rather than strumming downwards. And it suits this kind of banjo playing very well. Charlie Poole played with a similar kind of roll with his right hand, and so Dock Boggs did too. So the way Dock Boggs kind of situated, planned his finger positioning on the right hand is very economical, really. It makes a lot of sense. I'll show you here. For when you play the third and fourth strings, you up-pick with your thumb, and the fifth string too, of course. But then for the second string, you would always use your index finger. And the third string, you would use your middle finger. Like that. So you don't really have to switch around that much, except for your thumb. But the index finger and the middle finger almost always just stick to their respective strings. So the basic pattern, if you anchor your pinky here and then put your middle finger on the first string, your index finger on the second string, and your thumb on the fourth string or third string, and you do this sort of boom chick pattern where you up pick with the thumb and then up pick with the first and second string together simultaneously with these two strings. So it's boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick. And then you can alternate the third and fourth strings with your thumb. So I would recommend right now sitting down and doing that for about 2 hours. Well, maybe not that long, but for a long time, just so that's really nice and comfortable. So I'll do it for a minute or so you can play along. I'll do it nice and slow. I'll even slow it down. Speed up. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I'm in open G tuning, so hopefully that's your tuning. Make sure it's a nice G here. It's pretty close. So practice that till you can get it to this speed here. So it's nice and natural. It's actually a very, very useful right-hand pattern for lots of different kinds of banjo playing. It's not just Dock Boggs. So once you've got that down, you can you can add in a little roll to it by doing this. So you start with the thumb again, and then instead of doing just this with both fingers, you do a roll with index finger, and then the middle finger, and then back to index finger, and then thumb again. So, oops, sorry. Like that. Third string, second string, first string, second string, third string. And you can alternate the thumb again with the third and fourth strings if you want. So I'll slow down a little bit. Oops. So do that for another couple hours until you get it nice. But when you play these songs, you're rarely going to be doing this the whole time. That's a little bit too busy. That's too many notes. So what you would normally do is a mixture of those two things, where you go boom, check, boom, check, roll, boom, check, roll. So this is what you should really get good at. We're doing the boom, check, and then throwing in the roll every so often. This is a good pattern here. Boom, check, roll. Boom, check, roll. Boom, check. I'll do it really, really slow now, just in case you're scratching your head and going, what the heck is he doing? So you can run that back and play it over until you get those two things right. So those are the two big important things here. The boom, check, boom, check, boom, check, boom, check, and the roll. And you would always mix them together. Cool. And one last little thing I want to show you. You notice we haven't played the fifth string at all yet. This is all just the fourth string, the four first strings. So, what Dock usually, he doesn't play the fifth string all that much. He throws it in sparingly, which is part of what makes it really jarring when he does it. Because usually the fifth string makes it a very, gives his songs a very dissonant sound. But what I'll show you, what he does is he usually throws in the fifth string after a hammer-on with the the left hand. So if you'll recall what a hammer-on is when you go like this. I'm just doing the thumb on the fourth string and hammering on to the second fret of the fourth string. So whenever Dock Boggs, almost every time he does a hammer-on, it seems like a habit of his to move his thumb up to the fifth string for the next beat, like this. And then he, like after the fifth string, he'll do the index finger on the second string. Sorry. He always does that. It's kind of a habit of people who normally do the two string or two finger style, where you know, like in I have a video for Willie Moore, which goes like. So when he does the hammer-on, he switches over to, just for a few notes, a two-finger up-picking style. So he goes from this three-finger up-picking style to a two-finger, just for 1, 2, 3, 4, like four or five notes. 4 notes. Okay, I'll do that really slow here. And you wouldn't do it very often. It would be just kind of a... like that. So, yeah. Get good at those, and then you can move on to learning the next song, which is going to be Wild Bill Jones. So there's one more thing that he throws into Wild Bill Jones, a different style. So those of you who have already learned the Seeger style, this will be a lot easier, because it's actually, what he does is he throws in a little bum ditty, the way you do it in Seeger style, or kind of like in call hammer. So it's kind of where he goes like this. Instead of up-picking with the fingernail or the index finger, I do it on the first string with my middle finger. Bum, bum, diddy, bum, diddy, bum, diddy, bum, diddy. And so for those of you who already know how to do a Seeger style, that should be familiar to you. If not, you don't have to throw that little lick in there when you do Wild Bill Jones. So it'll become more apparent as we go through Wild Bill Jones. So, great. I wish I could ask you if you have any questions, but if you do, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as I can. And, yeah, work on those two things. Boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, and then the roll. That's the important stuff. When you get that, you can work in the...